The United Nations got mad at the United Kingdom. They said, Great Britain, you're bad people. You used to be colonialists. You acquired other countries, sometimes freely, sometimes by force. Every country I know of in the world of any strength has done that. Doesn't mean we ought to be proud of it, but it's part of our history. But the United Nations said, shame on you, UK. Shame on you. Bad, 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 bad. You have to give back the Chagos Islands and the military base there. And the UN doesn't have any jurisdiction over the United Kingdom. But the UN said, not only do you have to give it back, but you don't give it back to the people of the Chagos Islands. You give it back to another group of islands way down here called Mauritius.
This is India. This is China. And this, right in the middle of it all, is a tiny island with a massive secret. Welcome to Diego Garcia, the most important U.S. military base you've probably never heard of. But now, thanks to a bizarre twist of international guilt and backdoor deals, that base could soon be in China's reach. How did we get here? Who's behind it? And what happens if we let it slip away? Stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive into the island chessboard that could rewrite global power.
This is India. This is China, which wants to run the whole world. China's already trying to take over the shipping lanes in the South China Sea. This is the Chagos Islands, right down here. Years ago, the Chagos Islands were owned by France. France ceded the Chagos Islands to our friends in Great Britain, UK. And a number of years ago, the United Kingdom and America got together, and we built, mostly with American dollars, by the way, we built a military base in the Chagos Islands, on one particular island called Diego Garcia. And it's a really important military base. For one thing, it's very close to the Bay of Bengal and the Indian Ocean in China, so we can watch them. For another thing, it's where it's one of the only bases where our nuclear submarines can dock. Hugely important. Well, the United Nations got mad at the United Kingdom. They said, Great Britain, you're bad people. You used to be colonialists. You acquired other countries, sometimes freely, sometimes by force. Every country I know of in the world of any strength has done that. Doesn't mean we ought to be proud of it, but it's part of our history. But the United Nations said, shame on you, UK. Shame on you. Bad, 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 bad. You have to give back the Chagos Islands and the military base there. And the UN doesn't have any jurisdiction over the United Kingdom. But the UN said, not only do you have to give it back, but you don't give it back to the people of the Chagos Islands. You give it back to another group of islands way down here called Mauritius. Mauritius used to own the Chagos Islands when France ceded them to Great Britain. They were run by Mauritius. But the people of the two island groups, archipelagos, the people don't have any affinity.
Quick question. Would you hand your house keys to your rival just because someone told you your ancestors were rude? That's literally what's happening here. Before we continue, smash that subscribe button to stay ahead on geopolitics they don't want you to know about.
Now, what's Mauritius say? Of course we'll take it. But they want to start charging the United States and the UK £9 billion for a 99-year lease. So we can lease our own military base. All because the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom feels guilty because somebody, some tofu eating wokarati at the United Nations says they're bad people, bad colonialists. Well, and the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, he's going along with it. But he says, I'm negotiating with Mauritius. And the people, the leader of Mauritius just issued a press release, said, yeah, he's negotiating. He's increased the price. And he's shortened the leash. Now, you know who's loving all of this? China. Because China has a close relationship with Mauritius. And you know what? It's going to get a lot closer. This is insane. This is cell deep stupid. This is bone deep down to the marrow stupid. Because the United Nations wants the United Kingdom to feel guilty, they want to give our military base and their military base to Mauritius. Now, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom can stop this. And Marco Rubio, our new Secretary of State, is against it. And I haven't talked to him directly, but I think President Trump is against it. The United Kingdom is our friend. I went to school there for a while. I love them. And I want to see their Prime Minister do well. But he needs to put down the bong. He needs to put down the bong. This makes absolutely no sense. And it's going to be a big part of his legacy if he gives away this island and our military base to, in effect, what will eventually be China. So I would say to the Prime Minister tonight, I don't mean any disrespect. I want to say this respectfully. I shouldn't have said the bong part. I take it back. Please, Mr. Prime Minister, don't do this. Don't do this. We'll stand with you in telling the United Nations who's upset with you to go fill out a hurt feelings report, because we're not doing it. We'll stand with you. Please say no. Don't give our military base away. It's going to really hurt the relationship between the United States of America and the United Kingdom. I know Donald Trump pretty well. I know Marco Rubio pretty well. They'll forgive, but they'll never, ever forget.
The Chagos Islands were once French territory, then ceded to Britain. In the 1960s, Britain separated Diego Garcia from Mauritius and made a deal with the U.S. using American dollars to build a crucial military base. Since then, Diego Garcia has been the backbone of Western defense in the region. Now here's where it gets messy. The United Nations says, that was colonialism. Shame on you. Britain, feeling the pressure. Mauritius suddenly wants it back, and they're asking for £9 billion to lease it to the same people who built it. It's like buying your car, driving it for 60 years, and then being told to pay again, just because someone thinks you were too rich in the past. If that blows your mind, drop a comment and hit that subscribe button right now. The United Nations, never shy about lecturing former empires, has ruled that Britain should return the islands not to the people who lived there, but to Mauritius. However, here's the kicker. Mauritius has been cozying up to China. Yes, that China, the one building artificial islands in the South China Sea and militarizing shipping routes. So, who benefits if Diego Garcia switches hands? Not the UK, not the US, not even the people of the Chagos Islands. Just one country wins here, China. And let's be clear, this isn't just about justice. It's geopolitics, wrapped in guilt and sold as morality. Want to keep hearing the stories they won't tell you on the 6 o'clock news? Click that subscribe button so you never miss a truth bomb. So, who's pushing this forward? The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, desperate to look virtuous, is negotiating with Mauritius. Mauritius, seeing an opportunity, just jacked up the lease price and publicly bragged about it. Meanwhile, the U.S. is watching this train wreck in slow motion. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is reportedly against it. Former President Trump? Also not thrilled. The UK could just say, no thanks. But instead, their leader seems more concerned about UN approval than national security. To the UK Prime Minister, put down the guilt trip, pick up the phone, and protect your allies. And if you're watching this from the UK, let your leaders hear you before it's too late. Make sure to subscribe so we can keep exposing these international power plays. This isn't just a story about one island. It's about a global shift where guilt is weaponized, history is rewritten, and power is quietly traded away behind closed doors. If Diego Garcia falls, the West doesn't just lose a military base. It loses a strategic stronghold. It sends a message that shame can rewrite sovereignty. And it hands a win to the one player who's never felt guilty a day in their life: China. To the United Kingdom, don't do this. To the United States, stay sharp. To our viewers, stay informed, stay loud, and smash that subscribe button to keep this channel growing. We'll be watching the waves and the warning signs. Until next time, keep your eyes open.